Okay, folks, I am having a walk around the Los Angeles neighborhood and getting a bit of sun on me after having some coaching today around the masculine and feminine polarities. But I'm not going to talk about that actually. What I'm going to talk about is energy a little bit and replacing one compensatory strategy, such as drinking alcohol to numb or whatever reason we use alcohol in an unhealthy way, and replacing it with another compensatory strategy, such as eating sugar or drinking too much coffee, right? And so I'm going to talk about those two things. So first thing I'm going to say is there's a conversation that's been going on in Strive, our community, recently about people feeling a little bit uncomfortable that they've stopped drinking alcohol, and it's like, yeah, great, the pom-pom's out and we're really excited that we have stopped drinking alcohol, but all of a sudden, we're starting to put weight on because we're eating too many cakes, we're dipping into the ice cream tub a little bit too much, we're drinking 15 cups of coffee a day instead of 2, and these type of things, right? And the theme of the conversation that's come through Strive within the community, this wonderful community that we have, it's almost like, hey, I've stopped drinking alcohol and I'm really chuffed that I've done that. But now I'm drinking too much coffee and I'm a little bit worried about it. What should I do? Okay, so think about that energy for a while, right? From kind of like in your brain, in your mind, the way your mind's going and connecting the dots. It's almost like I stopped drinking alcohol. I nailed that. Right, I understood it and I nailed it. Lee helped me see alcoholism as the invisible, violent, dominant belief system, and I nailed it, right? And now I've got this coffee problem, and I need to nail the coffee problem. When is Lee going to create a course that's going to help me quit coffee? When is Lee going to create a course that's going to help me quit sugar? But what I want to draw your attention to and invite you to open your mind around this issue is that it is not an alcohol problem. It is not a coffee problem. It is not a sugar problem, right? What could have happened is when you were doing the work to stop drinking alcohol, or to be someone that doesn't drink alcohol, you might have done a really good job up here, like I did when I stopped 11 years ago, of rationalizing and understanding that your belief system around alcohol and the value that it provided you was illusory, right? That it didn't actually provide you with the value that you thought it did. And you've done such a good work of changing your paradigm mentally that all of a sudden now, I don't want to drink alcohol because I have zero desire to drink it anymore, right? I know that it's a poison. I know that the only reason I drank it was because of this belief system that perpetuated the myth that it cured all my ills. I now know that it doesn't do that, so I'm not going to drink anymore. Boom, right? And then you say to yourself, the Strive method is awesome. Lee's the most incredible coach in the world. I'm cured, right? And you stop there. Now, it's really important, and this is more of the work that we're doing on the Strive method now, more work in this area than we've ever done in my life in terms of building up this program to be even better than it has been. And that is, why was we drinking alcohol in the first place? Why was we drinking alcohol in the first place? Well, there's a part of it, like I said, which is belief system based, which is paradigm based, right? And we're working on that and we're doing a really good job. But there's another aspect of it, which it is a compensatory strategy to alleviate some pain in some area, right? Now, for me, for example, one of the reasons that I drank alcohol for so many years, outside of alcoholism being an invisible, violent, and dominant belief system, is when I grew up, I was rejected by my tribe when I moved from England to Wales. They didn't want me. I was Chinese, I was English, and they didn't want me. I was different, and my different wasn't celebrated, it was rejected. And in order for my psyche to make sense of that, my ego to make sense of that, my self-esteem plummeted. I didn't have any. And in order to exist in the world, I had to get my esteem from outside of myself, right? Other esteem. So what I would do is I would behave in ways that made people laugh. I would take risks that other men would look at me and taking those risks and think, wow, this is a man. or in my case when I was younger, this is like a boy, this is a lad, right? And basically you can boil that down to screwing around, doing things that other people wouldn't do, like drinking far too young, having sex far too young, taking drugs far too young. So people are like, wow, this kid is cool. And then all of a sudden, you start getting liked by everybody. This is before social media. So you're getting your likes coming in from outside, right? And you're like, boom, this is great, this is fantastic. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop when you leave school. You don't leave school and suddenly you're cured, right? It doesn't work like that. That is a wound, okay? That is a wound. And one wound of many wounds. I have a mother wound, I have a father wound, I have a brother wound, I have a sister wound, right? I have a lot of wounds, right? We all do. And a lot of us aren't even aware that we have them because we've done such a good job at suppressing and repressing them. So, if I don't work on that wound, what will happen is even though I've stopped drinking alcohol, I will still need to get my esteem from other places. Now imagine if my wife is one of those avenues that I go to get my esteem and she's not giving it to me, right? Well, if she doesn't give it to me and I feel rejected, then my little boy comes out and I get angry at her, right? I get angry at her and I try to control her and I kind of try to dominate her. And then I get really fed up because she will fight against me and then we'll have a big Barney and then I'll feel really lonely. And then as a way to deal with that loneliness, I might watch pornography, right? As an example, okay? And then the next thing you know, you're in a Strive community going, I know what's happened to me. I've stopped drinking alcohol and that's all cool, but now I just can't stop watching porn all the time. What's going on? I need to fix this porn problem. No, the problem that you had in the beginning, through no fault of your own, which is a wound you got through childhood, which was always there when you were drinking alcohol, has never been fixed, has never been healed because you wasn't aware of it. Imagine all the things in the world that we're not even aware that we're aware of, that we're not aware that we're not aware of, right? Imagine how many wounds you have that you're not even aware that you're aware of it on a conscious level, right? So whenever you're thinking to yourself, I need to have a cupcake, I need to watch YouPorn, I need to go gamble in a casino, I need to have another cup of coffee. My invitation to you, there's two invitations, but my first invitation is go into the body, get out of your head, find a safe space, find a safe space, quiet space, get out of your head, put your hand on your nutrients canal down here, okay? And feel where this uncomfortable sensation is in your body that relates to that trigger to go use, right? And then speak to that sensation. Ask it kind of like, is it an emotion? Or is it an emotion come disguised in a feeling like a tightness or something? Like, what is it? What is that emotion? What is it there for? What is the message that it wants to convey to you? And you may find when you do this work that you're feeling really lonely, that you're feeling really sad, that you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling ashamed, that you're feeling really angry, that you're feeling anxious. And then you follow that line of inquiry and ask your body more and get more attuned to it. Well, why am I feeling these things? When have I felt these things before? Trace the dots back. And then you can start to figure out, oh, so this is why I always get triggered when XYZ happens. That is where I need to heal. That is the work that I need to do. The other part of that is if you don't feel comfortable doing this work yourself, then you need to find a coach or somebody who is skilled in this area to help you with that, right? That is really important as well. I do that work, obviously. I'm not just doing this as a sales pitch for you to come work with me. There are lots of different people out there in the world that you can work with on these things. Many of you can get 3 therapy sessions for free through your National Health Service and stuff like that. Go do the work, find someone you trust. Safety is the most important thing. And say, hey, I believe that I have a wound related to this feeling that keeps coming up, which is driving me to drink alcohol, coffee, whatever, and I would like to explore and do some work there, okay? Hope that helps. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are, I'm sure you have the ability to comment. Let me know if this landed for you. Let me know if you get any follow-up questions, and take care and have a wonderful day, okay?